Okay, let's move on to talk about the next game. It was all square at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea won, Manchester United won, both of those goals coming late. Of those two teams right now, Yanis, who do you think is going to finish above the other from what you've seen right now?
I'll tell you what, I don't know if I'd say that. I mean, I kind of looked at them at the same level when the season began, right? For different reasons. Because with Chelsea, at the time when Thomas Tuchel was there, we obviously knew what happened towards the end of the season, new ownership. There was an upheaval in the dressing room. Players left. I mean, the back line was decimated, right? You had to rebuild that. Yes, they've bought, but it's taken a little bit of time for Chelsea to get it together. And by the way, this was the first goal they've conceded in, I don't know, 4 or 5 games. So defensively, they've been good. I think signs for Chelsea that offensively, maybe Graham Potter is getting some things right, although this wasn't a great example of that against Manchester United. But I think Manchester United, I think Ten Hag is finally is kind of getting hold of this team, isn't he? Right. And there's a lot of good signs. And if I had to guess right now and look at the trajectory and look at the progress, which we like to talk about, because it's important. We've seen it with Arsenal, we see it with Newcastle United, we see it with other teams. I think Manchester United are looking good because some of the key pieces are coming together for them.
Yeah, some of those key pieces coming together. Obviously, Casemiro's late goal there. Rafael Varane injury, not great to see right now. I tell you what I did see though, Yanis. I saw from Andy Mitten, who's obviously a long-time follower of Manchester United. He put a tweet out saying, it's a strange sight to see United taking the game to top-level opponents away from home again. It's something that we became so accustomed to. Does it feel as though you are seeing a bit more of the United we used to know now under Ten Hag?
Absolutely. And we're going to continue to see that, right? I think we're all right to question Ten Hag just a little bit in the beginning of the season. It was up and down. I mean, it's first season, so it takes time. But if you look at on paper, I mean, that squad has a ton of talent. Remember how we were wondering Casemiro? It's taken a long time for Ten Hag to insert him into starting lineup. I mean, he's arrived, right? He's up to speed. You and I 2-3 weeks ago says, well, he's not up to speed just yet. I mean, look at the game he's had. It was unbelievable. And forget, I'll give you some statistics, but when you look at the game and when you sometimes look at that, it goes unnoticed. I mean, forget the goal. I mean, he was just absolutely dominant, and it gives you the ability to play in different ways, right? I mean, we've had Fred, we had McTominay, you can have Ericsson, because he's one of those players that you can play higher and you can play a little bit lower. I mean, this is a player that had 70 touches, recovered the ball, I think, around 10 times, won 9 one-on-one duels, was stealing balls, was distributing balls very, very well. I mean, this is just at the beginning, right? I mean, if they get that partnership right, because as I just said, the jury's still out. Who's going to be the perfect foil for Casemiro? Watch out, because Anthony is continuing to show us how good he is, right? That was always going to take a little bit of time. Jadon Sancho still up and down, but if you get him right, I still think it's the right player to play on that left-hand side. Marcus Rashford, yeah, I mean, he's still not unbelievable, but he's showing signs that he can be. And the back four, I think, is good enough. I mean, I'd still like to see maybe another center back of the highest quality, but I think if you look at Martinez, I think he defies everybody that seem to say that he's not good enough for Premier League. So look, Casemiro, absolutely outstanding. They did play. They went to Chelsea. Both managers, look, you look at this draw, I don't know who's happier. It's always that question, who's going to be happier with it? But what I liked about Chelsea, the flip side of that, is Potter. And you see the understanding, the substitutions he's made immediately when he saw things weren't working out. Just imagine Chelsea, or Manchester United, because Ten Hag adjusted. It was kind of funny game because Chelsea were making substitutions, and then answer was immediate, almost from Ten Hag. And the reason I like Ten Hag is because just imagine some of those tactical tweaks and maybe dealing with Cristiano Ronaldo under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Impossible, too good of a friend, couldn't make the tough decision if his life depended on it, right? And Ralph Rangnick, who probably knows X's and O's, but again, not strong enough in any way to fight Ronaldo or anybody else in that dressing room that didn't want to do what the manager asked for. So in comes Ten Hag, absolute opposite of those two. It's my way or a highway type of thing. And oh, by the way, I know how to play this game, and I think players are buying into it.
Yeah, they've already shown us, both of those managers, as you're saying, that they're not afraid to make those big decisions. Which of those managers needs an out-and-out 20-goal a season striker more?
Oof. I would almost say both. I still don't, in terms of Manchester United, I don't know if I trust Marcus Rashford, even at his best. I somehow don't think of him as that. It's been such a long time that he's been playing for Manchester United, right? I mean, if he hasn't done it by now, how long do you wait? I think he's going to be good. He's going to contribute, but I don't know if you put it on his shoulders, his injury history. You need a workhorse on a big, massive teams like that. You need Lewandowski that always plays. You need Benzema that most of the time always plays, right? Some of those strikers that come to mind, Erling Haaland. Most of the time he plays. I know he's had some injuries, but you're going to need players like that. So I don't buy into that. Aubameyang, still not convinced by, Chelsea continues to struggle in that department. There's some good things there. Mason Mount's been playing extremely well. He seems a little bit reborn under Graham Potter, because I think Graham Potter gave him green light, kind of said, look, we know what you can do. Here's freedom to roam. Do your thing. You're very good when you attack. I can see it in your eyes that you're enjoying that. And we're starting to see that with Mason Mount, but he's also not I think, 20-plus goal scorer as well. So both, I would say, desperately need that, right? Because you're talking Chelsea, you're talking Manchester United. If they're going to win titles at home and in Europe, you need that. They don't have it.
I know where you stand on Ronaldo's role at Manchester United, but I wonder where you stand on what we saw over this last week, when you saw him obviously refusing to come on as a substitute and going off down the tunnel, because it's divided opinion. Most opinion goes one way, and I just wondered what you thought of it.
You just got to get rid of him. They're trying, and they're doing it in the right way. It's funny because what happened there, he made it easier for Ten Hag, because he wasn't going to start in this game. As we know, he's going to start against Omonia in Europe, against maybe lesser opposition. Cristiano Ronaldo was not going to start in this game against Chelsea. So he made the decision a lot easier. He shot himself in the foot, right? Because rather than having this drama, because imagine if this didn't happen, in comes the Chelsea game. Now it's a decision to make. And, it would have probably leaked, or even during the game, we'd be talking right now, why didn't Cristiano Ronaldo didn't start against Chelsea and all that? At least he had 2 or 3 days, Erik ten Hag, to kind of say, you know what? He didn't want to play. Easy decision for me. He's suspended, and nobody's going to question that. And nobody did. He had 2 days of whatever it was, of peace and quiet in preparing his team without a player that he didn't want anyway in the first place. So look, he's been free. He's been shopped around. Nobody wants him. And look, this is not me going against Cristiano Ronaldo. Once again, I've said it before and say it again. I've been part of this game, and I truly, truly appreciate and value what Cristiano Ronaldo has done for this game. But his time is over. Every player has that. Cristiano Ronaldo is no different. He's fighting, he's fighting against time, which is silly. And right now, I think, for me, he wouldn't be part of any game of importance for Manchester United.
Thank you very much for watching ESPN FC on YouTube. For more highlights, analysis, and exclusive content, be sure to subscribe.